Hey guys, what's going on? So today I'm here with a few duels using my flip control burn deck that I showed you guys last week. Now, if you guys didn't see the profile, one, I'll link it down below. And two, this deck basically took inspiration from a channel called Epic Magician 34. He titled his profile as Book Burning. So obviously I had to change the title on those. But the deck it just basically plays like a standard burn deck, but you take advantage of cards like Book of Eclipse. One, because if your opponent knows how to play against Chain Burn, they're gonna decrease the size of their hand, whether it's cards like Brio, or just setting their back row so they play around stuff like Secret Barrel. They'll waste their, power plays and +1s, just to make sure that your burn cards are basically ineffective. And two, I like it because a lot of times your opponent's going to leave themselves with a blank board, just so they play around cards like Lava Golem, Just Desserts and everything like that, and just save up for one big push. With monsters like Desk Koala and Dekoichi, the Battle Enchanted Locomotive, you can make small pushes, but pushes nonetheless. At the end of the day, Dekoichi's just going to net you a card. It's nothing that game-breaking. I actually have considered playing Deslakuta over it, but Dekoichi having attack is a big reason why I was playing it over Deslakuta, and the fact that Sangan gets around stuff like your Gravity Bind and your Level Limit Area B is another reason. And Desk Koala is good just because it's 400 for every card in their hand, and with cards like Book of Eclipse that just force them to draw at the end phase, a lot of people don't know how to play around Book of Eclipse, and a lot of people just don't know that you can reflip up your monsters if they weren't summoned or they can attack or they didn't attack that turn. So, like I said, people knowing how to play against Chain Burn is one thing, but Book of Eclipse not being a common card in this format is a big advantage because people just don't know how to, how the interactions work. You're going to see here a few times people just don't know how it does resolve, even though it's a pretty simple effect. For those of you who don't know what it does, you flip all face-up monsters on the field to face-down defense position. At the end phase, all of your opponent's monsters flip face-up, and they draw a card for each. So, I like it because, like I said, it gets them cards in their hand, so it fuels your Secret Barrel, it fuels your Desk Koala. But I also like it because Brio is a huge card that will hinder this deck. Or any synchro in general, really, just anything that will take monsters off their field, because synchros are inherently a minus. So that means your Just Desserts and your Secret Barrels are going to be weaker. So Book of Eclipse, just making sure that they can't really synchro for that turn, is a huge advantage, shutting down their tuner for the turn. And like I said, just a lot of people aren't going to realize that you could just flip up that monster back up again if it wasn't summoned or attacked that turn. And you need to take advantage of that. You just need to take advantage of people not knowing how most of the game works, especially on Dueling Book. And I know I shit on Dueling Book a lot, but it's my only way to playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And unfortunately, it's not filled with the greatest. But I don't want to be negative, and I don't want to sound like a dick. But yeah, the deck is a straightforward burn deck at the end of the day. You have cards like Wave Motion Cannon. You're always going to want to fire that off once it hits the 3,000, just because you don't want to get too greedy and have it, hit with an MST or or a Dust Tornado, Raikou, or anything like that. So yeah, that's pretty much the duels for you guys. Let me know what you thought of them down below. At the end of the day, nothing that's going to win, an RBET or anything like that. But if you guys are like me and enjoy playing a troll deck every once in a while, and you don't want them to know exactly what to do against you, give the deck a go. It's a lot of fun, and it's different than Chain Burn. And you can actually make some cool interactions like you see in this. I attacked with a fucking Morphing Jar. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of it down below, and I will see you guys later.